This is TransAfricaRadio.
Is a record deal that important that record labels can then own the entire person? I'll give you an example. I know of an artist right now who was offered a 360 deal by a big label, and on first glance of the contract, it is completely one-sided. I know you're putting money up for my career. I know you're trying to make a star out of me, but what is the use of my contract if I can't even change the color of my hair, yet alone what I do with the length of it without consulting my record label?
There's reasons for that. Just like you, as an artist, we're making you, we're building you. You are pitch black afro. You're gonna need an afro. And once you get an afro, you're not gonna do any interview without an afro. Anytime you want to keep your afro, let me know.
I don't know. The lawyer in me is disagreeing here, Cleo, for two reasons. And I understand the bankability of having to keep my image what it is. I am a brand as well. I work in the media. But for me, the idea that you have, because of the lack of knowledge, I think too many labels are coming in knowing that the artist does not know what a 360 is, because you and I do know what it is, and we know what the function is of a 360 deal. It is also to protect the artists themselves from being idiots and coloring their hair blonde when the public knows them with blue hair.
I'm glad you agree with me finally, but yeah,
I agree with you. But also the other side of the coin is that we're so desperate to get ourselves in the foot in the door right here that sometimes a little difficult for Cleo, who's worked in the industry and has built a name for himself, to then offer Leroy a 360 deal when all I wanted to get my music. I don't have a foothold, and so I end up getting into these pitfalls. And
please pause. You address something very important: desperation.
Yeah.
The desperation is there, and it's a case of it's fine. It's basically to get ahead, But remember, if you come to my house, it's my rules. If you come to my house, it's my rules. Now, if I'm a label, that's my house, my rules. And I'm very stern on my rules. But the minute I, DJ Cleo, leave my home, I've left my place of comfort. I get into the street, it's now somebody else's rules. It's the government's rules on the road. Are you with me?
Okay, so then do you then suggest that maybe a solution to that is to have more independents come in? Because also the other issue is that I don't know of any one person has the financial muscle to be able to go up against a Sony Universal.
You're right, and we had a lot of independents come in, say 12 years ago to date, But with that said, we still need. The thing is, I will always use the word the youth, And when
I use this in political sense or the real youth?
Behave, comrade. Comrade, behave. Let's say the youngsters, they want to get into the industry so bad that they'll do anything.
Yeah.
However, the age we live in, obviously there's your Googles and whatnot, and there's that education factor, empowering yourself, educating yourself. However, there's that, and then the guys coming to the industry with their perception of how the industry is run. And there's something you said about me saying guys who did music for the love of music and authentic music, as opposed
for music's sake.
Yeah, for music's sake, and as opposed to look at my wrist, the eyes, whatever. Unfortunately, we're there now, and that is what's coloring the youth that's out there, that's still to come into the industry. So now they come into the industry, bafuna the eyes immediately.
5 million rand checks.
Yeah.
Distribution deals,
and
10 million.
Akukho njalo. Kunzima. Blind. It's even harder now. That's why I said to you, today I'm that guy that will tell you straight, Havana, don't bother. I might tell 40 people that, and one of them out of that 40 might make it.
Yeah.
But I found like 8 years ago where I would have to literally listen to the demos, because you never know, because of the climate we were in then. I mean, I'll give you an example. Shumaya went through my hands. I just didn't have time for the guys.
And look at them now.
I did not have time for the guys. But I was in a space of my own. I was in football at the time. when I got out of music to go to football, I was very bitter in the industry, so and I cut everything to do with music. Full stop. No interviews, no gigs, no nothing. I'm just gonna concentrate on football. And that's when the boys were sending me emails, blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, the song boom. And I'm proud to say this because it goes back to that example I gave you about music and moods. That was the shit. Hey, sorry, we're on air. Ow.
Yes, that word over there. Before I let you go,
but that was a bad song to me at the time because I wasn't
you were
there.
You were in the mood there.
I've learned so much in the last 5 years than I've learned in the 5 years before.
Yeah.
And maybe the 10 years before put together. Yo.
Just okay. The one thing that you'd say to Cleo. 2012 Cleo. Apart from Science Shemaya.
That would be I've learned to understand human beings. I've learned to understand that I'm not money, so I can't be liked by everyone.
Okay.
And if someone doesn't like me, that's fine. I don't even have a problem with that. I don't even hate them for that. Obviously, before, you understand? It's fine. Deal with it. Just like you don't like other things. So I understand human beings better. And I think as a human race, if we can make an effort to actually understand how human beings operate and think, because they're not different to you. It's just that maybe when I was born, half the time when you do those things,
Yeah.
But I understand human beings so much better that I take less offense to so many useless things, which in general human beings take offense to.
I think we're an offended nation naturally. We take offense to many
we are
things.
a broken nation.
Yeah.
We are a broken nation that's healing slowly. At a snail's pace, it's the healing process is so slow, and we're actually getting damaged in that during that healing process because aglungi fast and
But don't you find that the difference between sort of the industry of music and the rest of the world is that, and I'll say this about fashion as well, that music is the one piece of art that is representative of exactly what's happening outside. If you want to find out what the people were thinking, what they were worried about, what was consuming their time, just like it was with Kwaito in the mid-90s, we were consumed finding an identity of our own apart from the apartheid struggle. And
it's difficult to say yes to that because if I want to see what's happening outside, I can just go on Twitter and check and search the trending hashtags.
Are those representative? Are those real? Are the people who tweet, are they tweeting about things that really matter in their lives?
They are a small percentage of they're a small percentage of life.
Yeah, because I haven't been to rural Twitter. Is there such a thing?
They are a small percentage of life, and where there's smoke, there's fire. Are you with me? Yes, you need to understand the dynamics of social media and how it's more urban based and so on. But I'm saying to you as an answer, it's hard to answer that question based on just music because we live in a different climate altogether. The first thing I do when I get up is I look at my phone and I scroll through the notifications to see the WhatsApps, who liked what picture, who commented, who said what, the Twitter notifications, and so on. That's how my day starts daily. And I will know, at least I'll get the gist of what's happening out there. I'll see one hashtag at least 4 times to know, okay, guna something. So, no, it's no longer just music.
What else do you look at?
In fact, music now is dictated to by social
Everything
media.
Else.
Just like the news.
Fake news. Sometimes fake news.
So now you need to also grasp that and come to terms with that. That's where we are.
Lots of things to go through on that timeline. Where are you performing? Where can I find you? Where can I download the music? Where's the party happening?
2 months back into the music industry full time, so a lot of things were just in pieces and setting up a new office again, blah blah blah. I'm independent again, full on. No record deal. And then I'm also fighting with some of the networks over unpaid monies, blah, blah, blah. So, and I also got tired of begging certain people to play my music, you know. So when I dropped Gqom, when I did it, I wanted to do a song that'll catch fire on its own.
Without the stations?
Without anybody. A song that'll catch fire on its own. And all I did was I thought it up until I found it, and I did it. Took me a day, full day. The next day was just to mix, fix mistakes, cross-reference on different speakers. I did it on the first. On the third, I dropped it. I cleared my credit card, and I boosted every single post that I put out there of the song. Boom.
And Gqom.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, let's do it one more time. Gqom.
Without radio. Radio. Yeah, man. DJ Cleo 1 on all social platforms. DJ Cleo 1, the number. My music right now is for free on my website, djcleo.co.za. Yeah. We are busy sorting out things and fighting behind the scenes with lawyers. But once that is sorted, then if you check even on iTunes, none of my albums are there except just one. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm on djcleo.co.za right now, and there's quite a lot of content over there, so you can also download the music and you can check out the album art as well. Thank you so much for coming to the studio and fighting with me for an hour.
Only a pleasure, man, and thanks for the invite.
It's always a party, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I'll promise you the next time we meet, I'll pronounce Gqom properly.
You can just say Gqom.
Yeah,
it's fine. We get it.
Gqom. Yeah. He let Gqom.
I mean, I'm CLEO, you know.
He is here and is giving me a hard time. Here's DJ Cleo Eskaleni. Here's a hashtag Man Talk guest. The podcast will be available on Tuesday, so look out for it. On the other side of this is the top 10 to 8, the top 10 of everything you need to know this side of the equator. Right now, I'm on Ntombazana by Ricky Rick.
This is TransAfrica Radio.